welcome back. This is Just Shani, and today we're going to be watching scary videos. And as you see, we have a special guest. Oh my God! It's the woman that birthed me. Hi, Bob. Say hi to them.
Hi, y'all. Hey, everyone. Hope you all are doing well.
Happy, belated Thanksgiving. We're here. Yeah! So we're just going to be going in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and ring that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Let's go.
All right, so after I did my last video about Motel 80 in Hindman, several of you wrote me and sent me messages and stories and asked me if I would do the Teardrop Inn in Kermit, West Virginia. So this one's for you guys. Back in 2009, Tommy Webb released a song called Tina at the Teardrop Inn. And man, was it ever popular in Kentucky and West Virginia. You see, it was about this place, the Teardrop Inn in West Virginia. And it was a bluegrass murder ballad about a woman catching her cheating husband in the arms of a lady named Tina at the Teardrop Inn. Now, from what you guys have sent me and some research that I've done, this song is based on a true story about this dive bar / exotic dance club. But did you all know that this place started out as a church? It was a Church of God meeting place. And then once that moved out, it opened as Sweetie's Teardrop Inn. It didn't take long for the Teardrop Inn to get a reputation for some, let's say, steamy entertainment and a lot of drinking. So as the story goes, Bobby calls his wife, says he can't make it home for dinner because he had to work late at the mines. His wife knew he was lying. Followed him up to Kermit, West Virginia, to the Teardrop Inn, where he was meeting up with Tina. Now, in my research and what you guys have sent me, it seems like a lot of people knew Bobby and Tina. And everybody seems to have their own variation of what happened. Now, in the song, it was a Smith & Wesson that she used. I'm not real sure exactly what happened. But I will say that a lot of people have told me that the place is haunted now, and that you can see a shadow figure, among other things. Have you ever been to the Teardrop Inn? If you have, leave me a message. Tell me what you thought and what you've seen. And if you haven't, never heard this, look up Fast Lane, Tina at the Teardrop Inn, and give the song a listen and tell me what you think about that. And be sure you follow me for more Tales from the Mountains.
I ain't got no type of reaction to that because it was all dry.
I mean, I don't even know what he's talking about. It makes, I guess we're supposed to look up Fast Lane, but I'm not going to do it and listen to the song and see, because I thought he was going to tell me the story. Like, what are we looking up? So what I gathered was, I love how it's Bobby and Tina. They just switch partners. It's not Whitney and Bobby. It's not Ike and Tina. It's Bobby and Tina. So what I gathered was Bobby's wife followed him.
Bobby wife. Boy, you sound like you from West Virginia. Oh, I'm sorry for anybody that's out there from West Virginia.
It's okay. We're from the South. But yeah, it sounds like Bobby wife. I can't say it any other way.
Bobby wife.
Get it together, Bobby.
You get it together. Come on here now. Listen to me. I sound just as contrite.
It sounds like Bobby wife followed him to the bar and pume. Oh girl, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't have to tell a story. We could just use the context clues.
That story don't even need to be in the rotation of scary TikTok, because it wasn't scary to me.
It wasn't scary. It was real life. I guess real life is scarier than fiction.
Your favorite Haitian homegirl is back with another spooky story. This person said that they got some ghost/zombie stories that they would like to share, and they are from the Seychelles Island. So this one is a very short encounter. We're gonna call the person who submitted the story Shelly. So this story happened a long time ago. So in the old days, people used to work on the smaller island on Seychelles. So there was a young man who lived in a house, and this wasn't no regular house because there was a grave inside the house. Yes, a grave. And it was rumored that people who used to work there would not stay in the house because of the grave. But this one particular guy that came to work on the island, he didn't mind that that house had a grave inside of it. So much so that he would stay in the house with the grave. He would clean it every day, put flowers on it, take care of it, as if the person's grave was like one of his family. And this went on for a while. Then one day the guy had a dream. He dreamt of a man that gave him very specific instructions. This man came to him in his dreams and said, "Tomorrow before you leave the house, broom it, and while doing so, walk backwards and close the door. Listen to me and do what I have told you." So the guy then woke up and did what he was told in his dream by that person. He left for work and came back home. But when he came back to the house, he found footprints. So he's confused by these footprints because they're very clear. Somebody's been inside of his home. So he went to the person who was in charge of the island, a manager of some sort. And this person is called Résissé, or regisseur, which the person says is Creole, but they don't have the English word for it. So he went and spoke to that guy. And again, it's a small island. There's not many people that, come in and out of this area. So the regisseur decides to go back to the house to investigate. So he decided that he was going to measure the size of the footprints and compare it to people in the area. And apparently, they found a match. So come to find out, the man who's been living in a house with a grave, he had beef with somebody else. And that other person was actually planning on unaliving him in the house. So when he had the dream of the ghost coming to him and telling him, "Hey, this is what you need to do," and walk out of the house backwards. So unbeknownst to him, he was actually going to get unalived that night. But the ghost came and told him what to do that morning. And when he came back home, they found footsteps. They matched the footstep to the guy he was beefing with. Pretty much, the ghost saved him and warned him about his own unaliving the night before. And he did that all because the guy has been paying respect and cleaning his grave every single day.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
My thing is, how many people in that town got the same shoe size as old boy that he was beefing with? That was the first thought. Like, oh, they went and found some shoes like it was Cinderella. It wasn't like they had the shoe already. They had a footprint size. So I guess he was, well, she did say it wasn't a lot of people on the island. But like, it's just like, what was the possibility? I'm glad he listened to the ghost.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't, the story would have been different. Cause dang, it was just like that story we watched where it was the girl who was like a kid or whatever that was taking care of the grave, and then a ghost came to her and was like, "Don't ever come back here," cause racist. That is exactly the same, almost low key. Yeah, respect those graves. Don't take nothing from the grave. If you're going to visit, have an offering or something. Bring flowers, because you never know, they can be looking after you. A guardian angel or somebody like that. Ghost saved his life, and I'm really glad he listened. Because I would have been like, "Ma, I had the weirdest dream." That would have been me.
If you hear whistling during a snowstorm, do not go outside. I lived in a tiny snowbound village called Willow Creek. Winters here weren't just cold, they were merciless. The snow would pile up so high you couldn't tell where the roads ended and the fields began. But nothing was quite as scary as the winter of 2006. The year the snowmen started showing up. It started with a blizzard unlike anything I'd ever seen before. The snow fell for days, maybe even over a week, and it was so heavy and wet. It left the village under a thick blanket of white. The first time I saw one of the snowmen, I thought it was a joke, a creepy prank meant to spook the neighbors. It was standing in the middle of the village square, and it was so detailed for being a snowman. Its eyes were black lumps of coal, but impossibly shiny like they were obsidian, and its mouth was creepy and jagged. But what really creeped me out were its hands. No one would admit to building it, and the kids in the village were terrified of it. Normally, when kids see a snowman, they'll throw snowballs at it or they'll knock it down. But not this one. They wouldn't go near it, and neither would the dogs. By the third day, people started noticing footprints. But again, nobody wanted to take ownership for the footprints. The next morning, Mr. Ellis disappeared. But he lived alone in an empty house at the edge of town. Folks said his front door was wide open, and his boots were even left sitting by the fireplace. And there were these tiny footprints just leading away into the snow, just like by the snowman. And the next morning, the snowman was bigger. There was rumors from the local sheriff that he had been murdered. heard. Now, I don't know if there was any merit to that, but people started locking their doors after that night. More villagers started to vanish. A mother, her 2 sons, and a school teacher, and all the same, and no signs of struggle. By the end of the week, we were all on edge, and that's when I heard it. It was nighttime, and I was up late. I heard whistling outside of my house. I saw a large figure in white headed into my neighbor's home, and the next morning, my neighbor was missing.
I have a reaction for that wig she put on. She needs to brush it. I was sitting there just like, brush that wig.
What was she putting on her? Whipped cream? Shaving cream? What was that? I don't know. I don't know what that was. But
That was very distracting to the story.
it
For the
was.
story.
I was here trying to watch people do their makeup and tell a story, and I get distracted. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't think. Well, I honestly don't think that was a real story. Honestly.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
But if it was a real story, I feel like that snowman got bigger because he ate the older man. Maybe that's how they survive. They eat people and they get bigger so they can last the whole winter, and then they melt down into the ground and go back. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, but okay. If you say so. They for a snowman or a snow person to survive, they just need to stay cold.
Right. And there was reasons, because you pay attention to the dogs, and especially kids ain't doing the norm and just like have an eerie feeling about the snowman, and the dog isn't going by the snowman when dogs don't go places. And we already know about that whistling. Don't be whistling. Don't whistle. Why are you doing this, mother? Why are you you be whistling? It's okay. You're a great whistler, but don't whistle outside. Anywhere outside at nighttime. Did you know that?
Well, that I wouldn't do that anyway. It's like that is scary.
Right. Because she probably heard the whistle and then was just like, put 2 and 2. Because think about that. It's wintertime, it's cold, everything's still, everything's quiet because no one's outside, and then whistle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what... I was just like, what just happened? She whistling. Y'all see my face? My whole face changed. I was just like, why we whistling? So you guys, we talked about the Ouija board. I just don't do Ouija boards. We all have those, like, I know some of y'all have those thoughts of, oh yeah, Ouija boards, I play with them, ain't nothing. Somebody said they asked their death date. Why we? But
Which is crazy.
It's a little crazy, baby. I
Crazy.
wouldn't do it. But y'all remember I told y'all my mama had a story about the Ouija board.
I actually have 2 stories. So the first experience was back way back when I was in high school. So it was a bunch of us in the locker room, and they were messing around with I said they like I wasn't in there. We were messing around with a Ouija board, and so, just doing it, whatever. And of course, no one really believed that it worked or anything like that. So this may not be real scary to you guys, but it gave me the EBGBs.
You was there. Put yourself in the story.
Right. So it's asking the different questions, you do like that. And so all of a sudden somebody's like, I don't believe it. How many people's in here? And so he was like, how many people's in here? He said, yeah. So somebody's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And as soon as they said 12, somebody walked through the door. It had actually went to 13.
When they asked it said 13. It was like, wait a second, it's 12.
Right. So, as soon as she said 12, somebody walked in. And 13. I was like, oh, it's time to go. It's time to go. Time to go. And my second one was back in college. So you know how you have your friends and things, and is always one that's like the prankster, just always doing stuff, just always trying to scare you and things like that. Well, her name was Catherine. Now, not that race matters or anything like that, because it doesn't, but it lets you know she's a white girl with red hair. So she was like the prankster of the group, always trying to scare you. Like she would do things like it'd be at nighttime, and she would have drawn pentagrams on your doorstep and just run off or knock or run off, and you open the door, there's a pentagram, on the door stoop or whatever. She do stuff like that.
You ain't tell me that part of the story.
Yeah. Try to scare you. So once again, it was some of us there, and she was in the group too, and was messing with the Ouija board. And you ask it a question and do like this, and it'll give you the answer. So Catherine, she's like, "Oh, y'all moving it." We was like, "We're not moving it. She was just adamant on, "Y'all moving it. Y'all moving it." We was like, "Well, you asked us something." "No, because y'all moving it." We was like, "Okay, ask us something that we wouldn't know." Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, we're in college. All of us come from all over, so we didn't grow up together, so we didn't know. She said, "All right, I got a question for it." We was like, "Okay, what is it?" She said, now she's a girl, female. She said, "Well, what would my name have been if I was a boy? What would my mom and dad, my parents would have named me if I was a boy?" And we all looking at it like, of course we don't know it. Mm-hmm. So got your hand on it. It goes up. Don't like that. And she's sitting there like, y'all ain't gonna get, she got a little ass, S E T H. When it said that, we looked up at her. When I say, and she's white, all the color had drained out of her face. We was like looking at us like, she was like, "Is it right?"
Ooh, I said it all.
We didn't have. She was gone. I ain't playing no more. What is it, Seth? We was like, "Seth, I ain't playing with nobody." Till this day, I ain't messing no Ouija board, because if you knew Catherine and how she always, trying to be a prankster or whatever, if you saw her face, the look on her face was priceless. I was like, Seth. So if she'd have been a boy, her mom and dad would have named her Seth. And after that, I don't think she pranked anybody after that. She didn't prank nobody else.
That was the biggest prank, but it was true.
Yeah, so no, I don't mess with Ouija boards, y'all. Y'all leave them alone too. Spirits and things.
Y'all heard it from my mama. Y'all heard those experiences.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. Look, the moment you said redhead, we know about the redheads.
Look at you.
Look.
But you ain't natural red.
Yeah, I ain't natural red. I'm cute. Yeah, I'm just out of it.
You guys leave those Ouija boards alone. I don't mess with them
at all.
I don't want it in my house or nothing.
I'm glad you walked away from it.
Yeah, but the look on her face, I mean, to see a white person, the color that's already pale looking, and just all that just drained, and her eyes she was just
big eye, like
It was like she saw a ghost. So I was like,
Remember when we said choose your friends? What? She pulling those type of pranks? She ain't your friend. That's not a prank.
Well, we'd always do stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it was on the same level as that.
Yeah.
About, we're gonna put a pentagon. What? Or is it pentagram? Pentagram. Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
So,
but thank you guys for watching. You heard my mom's story. It was scary. I put myself in and I got nervous. Just being, what was her name? Karen? No, Catherine. Ooh, it was almost there. I'll be scared. Don't forget to like these videos, follow all the creators, and subscribe.
Bye, you guys.
We're supposed to be in and out of this stuff. My mom has taken so many side quests, and I'm the one who has ADHD. Here we are. On another side quest. Oh, you gonna get that one?
I don't see
Oh, what's those gray ones? I was gonna say, what are the gray ones? Mama, you don't be looking. I don't see King. Oh, there it is. A side quest to get comforters. Yes. Black is always.
What does T stand for?
Extra large.
You see?
I see just plain gray. See, she pushed the basket. We talked about this, Mom. You got on all black with white socks, Mom. Even I got on black socks. And I don't got on all black. Mom, push the basket. I don't know why she refusing to push the basket. For the dining table. How much was your pillow again? These are $5. Oh, okay, these are $5. Guess we're pushing the basket. Here we go. Cause she refusing to push the basket. I don't know what's going on. They got brand new. Everybody got this in their basket. Mama's trying. She's trying. That's the one I was telling you about. I need a high sense. For $500, I might as well get an 85. I'm gonna have to get it delivered. Neck brace. Guy over there has a whole neck brace on. Turn around the corners like this. I don't know what happened. You know, he might be wearing that so he can get Symphony can get a good sale. And you know, looking at TVs. These all shit and got stuck. We're looking for 75 and higher. It's down here. What is that? A 22? I need a 22. I went on a side quest. Supposed to be looking at TVs. I got distracted. I got distracted by cases. How much that's? That was a 75. What's that 75? Oh, okay, this is the one I'm supposed to be getting, a TCL. Is TCL's good? I haven't heard about TCLs in a minute. Trying to measure this. I'm telling my mom, she measured it with pillows. I'm like, it's 2 butts. That's how the width is, 2 butts. That's the width of my car. So if you just hold my leg,
What do you mean?
2 butts. So you use 2 passenger seats. So it's 2 butts.
But whose butt?
Our butts combined. We'll make it. Come here.
I'm just concerned will it fit. So let's go ahead and do this.
But we got our butts in here, so we can just use our butts, Bob.
I told you what to do.
I told you what to do. Come on, measure your butt.
I'm not. You look crazy.
Mom, come on now.
You know them cartoons, they fall off something.
So what you want to? Wanted to look at some sides. Wanted to take a side quest. She been taking side quests all day. Mom, I want to take a side quest. She keep on walking. Oops, excuse me. Look, this is what I'm talking about. She get to take a side quest. I can't take a side quest. I was looking. You was walking. No, in reality, it was the other way around. I was looking at the sides. You was walking past it like, that's nice.